More frequently speaks on behalf of Sarah or thinks he's doing the right thing for her, which I find really interesting in the current climate. What does the dynamic reflect about the society that we're in at the moment between those characters?
Well, you have to remember, this is 1896. Life was very different at that time. I mean, Dakota plays the character Sarah Howard, who is the first female on the New York Police Department. Which in itself is a huge thing for 1896. She's confronted with, harassment at work, all of those things. But in John Moore's defense, I must say that he thinks he's doing the right thing. He is a traditional, old-fashioned gentleman. And so when he interrupts and says, "Gentlemen, we can't talk about this. There's a lady present," he's only doing what his grandmother has taught him to do. And that was the moment in history when men did those things, and they didn't necessarily do them to suppress a woman's voice or to shut them up. Because I don't think John Moore absolutely doesn't want her to be quiet. He's just thinking he's doing the right thing. But through the 10 episodes, you realize that he realizes that she's not one to be trifled with, and she certainly isn't one to be, you don't speak for Sarah Howard. Sarah Howard speaks for herself. And in a way, it's quite sexy, and he really falls for it in a massive way and respects her for it.
I just feel like it's a great message, rather than sort of men speak on behalf of women. It's important that we kind of amplify their voice, even now, 200 years later.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. I mean, I have a life full of women who speak way louder than myself. So I don't have any worries about that in my life. Very, very strong women who I admire and respect, and so I've always been around strong feminists, and that's always been an education for me. So I agree. We've come a long way, but we have a long, long way still to go.